Hey, what's up YouTubers? Today I'm going to show you the appearance and graphic styles in Adobe Illustrator. And if you don't have those windows open, you could always go up here, open up appearance, or open up graphic styles. Okay, so first I'll just make a shape, and I'm going to show you the appearance tab first. You've probably made these shapes a lot and played with borders and everything. What we're going to do is duplicate the stroke in the appearance panel. And we're going to have an inner stroke, so we can actually have more than one stroke on a object. And I'm going to change this color to white. Okay, and I'm going to click the text that says stroke. When you go over it, it turns bold. And I want this one on the inside. And my bottom one, I want this on the outside. There we go. And then you could change the size of these if you want. There we go. And click. And now I have another stroke. You could even add more if you really wanted to, but I don't know why bother. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. One thing to note is you see how I don't have my object selected and I'm working on my thing here and nothing's really changing at all, even if I delete it. Make sure you have your object selected while you're working on it, or else you won't get it right. So real quick, I'm going to add a gradient to this box. I have to break open my gradient little toolkit, click that, and with the swatches I'm just gonna drag a color on here. Okay, and I'm going to change the orientation of it. Looks good. And now we can drag this into our graphic styles. So over in your graphic styles tab, just drag the whole shape there, and it will keep a record of all your appearances that are set on that given shape. So if we had to repeat this shape a whole bunch, let me change my color like this. I'm going to press the V key to get back to the arrow. I could just select these two and go boom, and they're the exact same. One thing to note is that if you scale this size, notice how the borders stay the same size. If you wanted things not to do that, you could change that in your preferences. I kind of like them not to scale. Here's if they are scaling. You can go to Edit, Preferences, General, or just Control K, which I'm used to pressing, and check off Scale, Strokes, and Effects. And now watch it if I make this bigger. See how much bigger the border is compared to those other ones? So I guess that's however you want to do that. So, I personally like mine off. Okay, so we got a couple of these. One reason this is really handy is, let's say we had this in a radial gradient. So let me go to my fill, or let me open my gradient, and I'm going to do a radial, and I want it to start up there. Oops, okay, good enough. And if we had like a gradient in a certain position, let's say we remake a circle. Well, I guess it does keep the gradient. Usually what happens is with new objects, when you create a new object, it doesn't keep the gradient in the right place, but I guess it does in CS5. Hope I remember that correctly. Graphic Styles does have a lot of built-in ones, and one I'm going to show you is probably one you never played with. If you click this little drop down, or this box here, I'm going to do additive, and we get this little panel here, and it looks like they do nothing if you click them, and the reason is you have to press Alt and click it, because they are like additions to it. So Alt click, and that just added a drop shadow, and you can keep clicking it to keep adding to it, and this one would actually duplicate it. So if I went like that, and we still have this one shape, yet it has all these styles on it, like that. Scroll down a little bit, I'll Alt-click this one, and it'll change all these. It's kind of a weird thing. It keeps just adding these styles to it. I'm not sure like exactly what you might use this for, but it's kind of neat to know about. On the Mac, you'd have to press, I think it's the Options key. Not sure what it looks like. It's kind of like this. Let me change that. It looks kind of like that. It looks like that on the Macintosh, or maybe it's the control button. Not sure. And obviously, you know, there's a ton of other things in here you can do. You could, whoops, click that. I gotta undo that. Alt-click to add it on. Looks like this thing's getting a little big. Let me make a new shape real quick. Okay, neon. Oh, that just took over the whole style. I can't alt-click these because these aren't additive. What else do we got? Textures. Loading, loading, loading. Boy, for upgrading this computer, it's still pretty slow, huh? Illustrator's a big ol' hunkin' program. Boy, wow, that takes a lot of juice. Okay, well, you get the general idea of graphic styles. They can come in handy if, like, you were to make a cartoon character that needed a certain appearance. Like if this were skin tone, for example, and you had to apply it to his skin. Yeah, well, you guys get the idea. Thanks for watching. Have fun.